Two gems. Is Clock Tower a gem room? It is. Maybe we should build up a little bit first. Okay, so yeah, office is also... Ooh, we just don't get a straight here. Empty boxes both have full statements. The blue box is false. Wow, did we actually loop? Or is this some kind of advanced double empty logic? The blue box is false. The white box is empty. The empty boxes both have false statements. All right, suppose it's in blue. And it's true that the white box is empty. So you are false. And the empty boxes both... Oh, you're a self-referential one, aren't you? Well, it does say both. No, there have to be two empty boxes. There's got to be something wrong about that. The white box is empty. That would be true. So you would be false. If you don't contain the... If you are an empty box, then your statement is false. Your statement becomes a paradox? No, it can be wrong if an empty box has a true statement. But then it can't be itself. That is a kind of a twisted one. Do we get a clearer case? The white box has gems, then you are false. You are true. Oh, but now we're back to empty. This is an empty box. If they're in black, but then the white box is empty. Or is that our one true statement? The white box is empty. The blue box is false. Is false. Maybe it's too long of a day for this. And then you are false. Because the empty boxes don't both have false statements? Right, so the... It's an empty box, the true statement, which gives us two false statements. Yeah, well, there's the other method, but it requires more cases. Um, I might actually kind of want to start. Well, you kind of have to take it case by case. But a lot does depend on that one statement. Can't really fit this in nicely. So if the white box is empty, and okay, so if the white box is empty and the everything, well, no, because that depends on the fill status, not the true false status. But we're saying true, the white box is empty. Okay, so anything TT is not possible because that one contradicts it. TT, there's only one TT. Okay. So if the white box is empty, and the blue box is true, which is consistent. But this says the empty boxes both have false statements. And that has said that white box is empty. And we're considering the case where this is a true statement. Oh. So this thing, if true, requires two false statements. So I'm going to say that that can't work. So that case would work. So if true, no. So the white box is empty. The blue box is false. Okay, so that's just false, because the blue box is true. And you are simply false. Now we're taking that as an assumption. But you are false because why? Empty boxes both have false statements. So an empty box has a true statement. And... Or does this have to satisfy the logic that any false box is empty? Or any empty box is false? That's where you run into trouble. So the easiest... So that's ambiguous. The easiest case is this is true. That runs into trouble. Because then the blue box is true. Because there have to be two false statements other than this. And that creates a paradox. Or a contradiction or something. So it has to be one of those, it seems. Both of those suppose this statement is false, but I guess we have to then ask, why is it false? So an empty box has a true statement? Yeah, neither method of coming at this is particularly effective. Because these get so convoluted. Because we have to have one of them... It still doesn't really tell us where the... This doesn't give us really good information where the gems are either. This is not great. Because we have true, false. The white box is empty. And the blue box is true. The empty boxes both have false statements, which is false, which could mean blue has gems, because that would be an empty box with a true statement. If we say that the white box has the gems, which is nice information, but this also has a thing about two empty boxes. So we can't just short circuit that. The white box has the gems. The blue box is true. No, that's saying the blue box is false, which is consistent. And, okay, white box has the gems. But the problem we run into is that if the true box has the gems, then the empty boxes both have false statements. Or is that... Or, oh, we're presupposing that black is empty. No, that black is false. But it's an empty box with a false statement. And you would be an empty box with a false statement, so this doesn't work. And this is all based on this being false, implying that white has the gems. So this case doesn't work. So our most probable one is blue, Oop. So the white box is empty. The statement that it is false is false. Are we back to... because it's a false. The white box is empty. Oh no, it's false that the blue box is false. The blue box is true. So it's a true statement. It's an empty box with a true statement, which is how you work. No, wait, no, with a false statement about it being false, implying that it is true. So they're in blue. No, but you're a full box, the true statement. This runs into the empty boxes being false problem again. So this is sort of saying, well, no, because it's about the statements on the boxes, not whether they have the gems. But if you are one of the false boxes and you're empty, I guess, is the way out of this a true, false situation? But we said that this box being false didn't work out. It does say both. But like weren't these two in contradiction or something? The white box is empty. And the blue box is false. Maybe I'm getting gems mixed up with truth. The white box, or does this create a contradiction with the other statement? This is the kind of thing I want to start writing programs, but that's a even larger diversion. It's like you're almost getting into like general logic solving. We're asserting that it's empty. Now the problem is that that statement is asserting that it is false, and that the thing we're testing is true. And the other one has to be false by the rules of the game. But blue box is false is incompatible with a true scenario. But do we have to have some kind of pair of true statements to... or does just because the one that we're like maybe blue runs into a contradiction because that's also a blue box is true scenario. No, wait, the blue box is true scenario. Am I reading the wrong one? The white box is empty. Yeah, false. The blue box is false. But as a presupposition that this is false, the empty boxes both have false statements. Which if it's false, if it gets false, it becomes true, kind of thing. So we're kind of left with nothing. The empty boxes both have false statements. For that to be true, you have to not be an empty box. But for this to be false, then the white box contains the gems. Also, you become true, yeah. If the blue box is false, then the white box contains the gems. Wait, blue box is false and empty. No. The empty boxes both have false statements because you become an empty box. This is nasty. Wow. One of the other boxes, one of the empty boxes is true. Yeah, so we were on white is true. Right, that's not the same as white having gems. Oh, but if blue box is false, then white contains gems. It's not an empty box. Well, yeah, could it just be that it can be empty? So that makes you false. And that being false makes that not empty, so this is empty. That's empty. False as long as one of the other boxes is true. But when it's not one of the other boxes, one of the empty boxes. If you, actually, you have the highlight there. Anything with this statement true requires two Fs. Maybe that's just a no, but... And we're saying that the true and true false statement The blue box is false. It's saying that's true, but that's saying both of these are false. And then this one says the blue box is true. So we're kind of left with blue box is true or white box is true. The white box has the gems. Blue box is meaning blue box is true, but you are false. But then we have two empty boxes with false statements. So we've clearly missed something here. And if we find an empty box, we don't get to find out what the answer was, other than eliminating one possibility. You need the double wind-up keys for that. Yeah, so this might be a thing where we just don't know how we're calling this correct or incorrect. Any case, any case where the white box is true, the blue box is false. Any case where the white box is true, oh no, no, that's fine. It's just that true thing that's out. We can still have the case where the white box is false. Oops. I could go back to suppose blue. Then blue is true because the white box is empty. White is false because blue is then true. And black, so black is empty. And white is empty. And it says the empty boxes are both false. which if we assign it to false, is it becomes true. Suppose white. Blue becomes false because the white box is not empty. White becomes true because the blue box is now false. And black says the empty boxes are both false. Black is itself empty. So maybe the answer is just that it has to be black because it doesn't contradict itself that way. If they're in black, then white is empty, but that makes blue true. Well, we're saying this is where the gems are, not about this truth of its statement. Then the white box is empty. Oh, but it's talking about the empty boxes. And blue is true because white is empty. White, the blue box is false. We just said it's true, so you're false. And black says the empty boxes are both empty. Well, are both false. But now it's an empty box. It's not an empty box. So it's false because it has the gems, the two. So the empty boxes are not both false. There's nothing that like makes it become true. Yay. Where is that layer? Yes. It seemed like it was a simple old-fashioned one, and then there's all that circular logic. Okay, we have more gems. So we have the rook. We don't know if we can get to the corner yet. Could go for more rerolls, but at this point, eh. The office is going to be a little bit harder, so maybe that wants rerolls. If we eventually want a queen, we probably want to draft down over there, though. This will let us help us know if we even need to bother caring about this stuff. Oh, I also need the gems for the clock tower. Or I need the rerolls for the clock tower. That's right. No, no, I needed the gems for the clock tower. Okay, we would know where the money is if we spread it. I don't know if we really need the money, though. Hey, Pine Call. How many upgrade discs? Total of 16. Actually, somebody pointed out that was in the magazine. And the library can. Ooh. I just keep forgetting to look. Yeah, we wanted to see what that did. There's some loot back. Oh. I guess if you were, like, juggling a master key, you could do that. So I heard... I went back and looked through the patch notes, and they're still not completely safe, but... They said this turned into rays. If it was at the bottom. Although it still says lower here. I don't have a place playing with the fireplaces much. I'm not sure how many there are. Shop rooms are definitely easy to identify. We have lots of steps now. Maybe we just kind of hang on to this? If our steps drop down? Well, we've done most of our drafting then. Perfect even runs have done. Nice. So this is going to run into locked doors. What are we looking for now? Maybe to go mess around with castling again? Get to the top end for blue notes. No tools as of yet. Oh, right. That was our other project. We've already lost a lot of space, though. And that would already be kind of a bunch of dead space. Not a really good setup. Oh, I can do clock tower now. We've got some gems. So it doesn't... I almost wonder if this one have an exterior visual. I guess it hasn't been drafted yet. A little impossible geometry. Okay, we actually do have the appropriate perspective. The treasure map. Ooh, there's some different trees out there. Oh, that might be along where the drive is. Shh. There's those power lines running off. I guess they're like to town? Yeah, there's definitely some blurry stuff down here. This is not prime play area. Aw, did I just miss Sacred Hour? Spent so long doing the puzzle. There's a little bit of a tower on room 46, huh? Hmm. And we saw it up there, but it almost looked like there could be space there. Well, that seems to be it, though. I guess if you want to be really crazy, you could try to wait out Sacred Hour, but... see if there's a different cutscene. And yet, there's the clock. Alright, well, that was something. Not any kind of major progress that I could see. You're just trying to imagine the developers when they realized they had to allow for all those weird externalities of every room out there. Well, now we can unlock the kennel. Now you show up. So many overlapping doors. Ooh. Okay, we don't have anything for security doors yet. We do have a couple of dice, so we could probably get ourselves out of most things. It's just a wee bit cramped right now. What? Yeah, I guess opening back up would be nice. Man, security really wants to go down. It's one of those times you need a compass, I guess. So we can run around to that. I don't know if we want to run around to it right now. Or just trust our one remaining thing. Keys, both keys and gems are kind of okay. So this is set up for Draxus right now. We have almost nothing down here. I don't know if you could do that at this point. Got like 4 so far. It's not going to unlock anything. We still got resources. And observatory does want to come out, though. potentially have the darkroom if we ever go back to the utility closet. This gives us a foundation side workshop. We do kind of want to see that room. That doesn't bode well for the house, but... Nope. What do you mean? Family core unlocked. Maybe I just haven't found the place to put in the code yet. It's like most safes and things do have like an actual interface. That's true. It's pretty dark. Well, I'm probably missing a lot of lore about that. I mean, there is like the implication that we're related, but like I can't really talk about that because I don't know much. And like I guess what I'm saying is we shouldn't talk about that because you probably know a lot more than I do. Don't have enough money for a big roll. Yeah, this could be over very quickly. Well, that's up. We have a theoretical up over there. I just haven't been back that way in a while. Oh, well, it's not a rank 8 garage. That's what we really wanted to test. This is getting a little windy. All right, 10. Okay, 140. 100 divided by 10. 30. 60. 100. 300. Are we just repeating puzzles? Oop. Nope, I misread something. $20. Oh, did I not re-round? $30. 60 gets you closer to 100. 300, you still round to 100. Oh no, maybe it's divided by 15 divided by 10, not So 332. Didn't we kind of just get that all shut down? Could have better orientation. We're not really in a good setup to do blue notes today because we only got one entrance up to the upper section. So we've seen that. This would at least let us branch out. I think this would give us the branches we really care about. We have potentially 3 redraws. It's like there might be a blue room that has a good shape. And again, vestibule can be pretty squirrely too. Oh, we've got lots of steps. We can just walk back and forth. We've done walk-in closet. We've done dining room. We've done observatory. So that's that. Yes. Well, okay, so you know what I said about not talking about it? I mean, maybe you saw me reading it, so you know how much I know. But maybe I had to figure it out. And I still only have suspicions about a lot of words. So you're saying it's just lore and that it's important? Ah, okay. That's probably fine. They're accessible, probably accessible if we do need them, and most of these things we don't want too often. Or in the kitchen we do want, and still doesn't always come up. Seems rarer than other common rooms. And that would give us redraws. It is a room we still need to get down there. We don't have a lot of redraw ability right now. I don't think we've done boiler room yet. Shame about the orientation. Now this is a very big room. It's a little bit frightening. Sometimes unwanted context. This is a very big space to go hunting in. Oh gosh, what if it's on one of these? I have to get to stop in the right place. I still feel like that's going to be something. I just haven't seen it come up yet. I've not seen any grids like that yet. Gosh, there's so much that moves around here, too. Oh, okay, you have to go on the examine later list. That is a door that can be reclosed. And right now it's against an antechamber, so that's not gonna get very far, but... Oh. Well, I don't see anything back there. Not from here, anyway. Alright, that brought it down. Can we switch it back now? Okay. That is a 4x4 grid. I don't think I can do anything with it. Surely it wouldn't be on a spinning element. Okay, finally. High pressure condenser box is connected to not one, but to 2 remote power boxes. Okay, not new information. Okay, hopefully the elevator there doesn't cause us any trouble. This will be an issue when we want to turn this back on. Yep. That could have been quite the surprise for somebody who was doing different stuff. That does open a thing we potentially have access to. I guess. Weight room potentially but we also need another access to the antechamber to do that anyway. I guess our keys aren't that great. Okay, right now... Oh, jeez, this is my options? Oh, I would have kinda liked... Where does that put me? I can't get there. Kinda liked you there, but I only have so many gems. That improves things a little bit. Okay, this would just be... I guess should draft this while I have resources. Did I draft the ballroom and not go through it sometime? We're actually getting low enough that I guess that could actually be useful. Chamber of Mirrors is just scary, especially with low resources. Oh, this is a long one. Oh, no. Okay. Also not that new. I guess I didn't know it was majority. I thought only the, certain gems were the flower ones. Okay, we can reset our gems anytime now. That does mean rerolls are a little Yeah. It gives me a connection, but it gives me a connection to 2 rooms. This is like 2 different ways to run around. That would leave us able to definitely draft the weight room. We would need like such perfect draws at this point, though. What do we actually want here? We've done... I'm pretty sure we've done closet. Yeah, it was one of the original rooms. This is drafting into a blue position, though. We've done laboratory. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Oh, right. I forgot I was originally trying to do chest stuff earlier. Oh, do I only have... Did I use up all my total study redraws? Interesting. Probably the best I could make of this. I didn't think I was using it that much. So out here would maybe be too far to be useful if we did run into some weird stuff. So blah 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 blah. Some very long shot stuff now. Oh yeah, this got so snaking. Okay, so if we... Well, our path to the dark... Oh, we have not been to utility closet, though. Which I guess is as close to there as to anything. Maybe we could count it out, but it's just too much right now. A single key. Oh. Interesting. What are we looking for? So queen. Maybe we actually have all the chest stuff. So what are we looking for? I guess that gets a little windy. Oh, is that right? Yes. That would advance the draw. Only useful with other things. Nope. Treasure in the secret garden. Oh boy, money. Oh, it's the only thing. Yeah. So I don't know if I could get back to the dining room if I did get a weight room here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. We'd be very dead. Mail room? Oh, we had a secret garden. I could have pushed for it. Forgot about that. That would have been a really perfect setup. I mean, the tomorrow room is nice. And we do technically have clock tower. Alright, do we actually have this? It's way off the edge. There we go. And we should actually not have this completable. No, it actually goes... Oh, interesting. That one went back. Oh, I guess that one was close enough to go to the adjacent spot. Oh, because this one was off the table, I guess, is why it went back? Or I guess it kind of went to its assigned spot in that case. Because we went off the edge. Well, I don't know. We're not... too much was said. And I don't know how I can think about it otherwise. A very elaborate mechanism behind that. This is a bit more than I was expecting. Yeah. I guess I'm not sure what I was expecting, but... Oh boy. Well, that seems like that could be something. Oh. Who are you? The same. Maybe I should have waited just on a time issue, though? Wait. These are all Arinda. And they're all colors. Oh, maybe some of them are all black, and it's kind of hard to see. Hopefully that's well, I guess if I'm either, I can redo that without too much trouble. Because you can swap back and forth. Because this is a pretty big diversion. Okay, there are 4 black tiles here. Okay, this I'll accept. Is this permanently open? I mean, it is still repeatable, but it's a little bit easier if you can just walk into it. Ooh. Well, there's 2 missing, arguably. Well, that is interesting, because there's still 4 and 4. Well, I guess we're just going to have to repeat it. 'Cause who knows how long those puzzle boxes are going to take. Alright, silly experiment of the day. Can you draw tunnel from tunnel? Garden Museum? Gallery enclosed exhibit. Surprised that hasn't happened before. Oh, are we still on left? Yeah, we're still on left. Alright, so you can... Yeah, you had an outside clock tower. Didn't really do much. Just had a different perspective. We got like 2 notes. Castle had to stop because time.